Okay. So I see my microphone is working good again. Seeing the green lights. Lacey, how you doing, sis? Let's see. Jotham, Jotham, Daftwad. Okay, Lord. YouTube. Okay, I've read that part already. Still breathing. Well, I'm glad that you are. If you are watching this video on September the 23rd, you need to jump ahead to 5 minutes. Okay. Again, if you are watching this video for September, if you're watching this video on September the 3rd, you need to fast forward to 5 minutes because I'm not going to talk until this video is 5 minutes in. That gives people the time to come in, say hello, give shout outs, the whole nine, and then I go into the subject at hand. And sometimes, though, some people take the opportunity right now to actually voice what they think, whatever like that. But which I'm not going to lie to you, I hardly pay attention to that. I don't pay attention till I get into the meat of the conversation. And then I look at what you have to say about it. So I do see some of y'all have already said something anyway. What's going on, Terry J. Cone, Thomas Deportier, Thomas Depretor, Tammy Biddle, nice to see you as well. Joy Jolly Ollie, what's going on? Jotham says, you're a good man, sir. One of my favorites. Going back with the Brandon Tatum. Going back on with Brandon Tatum, we'll see. We will see. I'll definitely let you guys know when I do. Kara, hey there. Teresa Diane, how you doing? Hi. On a different note, I am surprised a few weeks ago. Only basis phoned me is going to sign my night shift vinyl and pay postage. Ronald, wow, that's cool. The Commodores, that's awesome, Chameleon. You got to show a picture of that through my email. All right, Donna Maggie, how are you? Werther's an original. Hello, Robert Bryant. Day, yeah, good day. Always have good days. The things that happen in the day may not be good, but the day itself is good. All right. Well, you can Chameleon Chris, you can go to my channel. If you click on the about section of my channel, you can go where it says to the about section. That'll tell you how. I mean, pretty much it'll bring up my email. So miss a lot of your live streams, bro. Keep up the good work, says Jolly Ollie. Appreciate that. I definitely will. Definitely will. Can you guys hear me pretty clear? Like, do I sound low? Do I sound loud? Do I sound okay? It should this microphone should sound really good. Okay. Carla, what's going on? Zeta, hello. Glass Shrimp, how are you doing? Donna Maggie said no notification. I let it sit up there for like almost 10 minutes too before I even started it. So we know. As far as the notifications go, we know. About 30 more seconds left, and then I'm going to go ahead and get into the meat of this. I'm going to give my part, and then when I go from there, I'm going to see what you guys have to say about it because this is something that just recently came up again. Okay, and I'm getting ready to go into it. No, I'm not. I lied. It's not even 5 minutes into it yet, so I still can say something to you guys. Troy V, how you doing? Just me. Hello. Mary Schaefer, how are you doing? Teresa, Diane, already got you. You're a regular. Nicole McIntyre, how are you doing, sis? Zeta Asbury, I am good. I'm always good. Thank you. Okay, so before we even get into this 5-minute thing, for the ones that are here right now, do yourself a favor. If you're trying to get my attention, put the @ sign on your computer. Type out MODER. It will fill it in for you. Once it fills it in, type out your message and hit enter, okay? If you are on a phone or a tablet, put the @ sign and then put capital MRM and say your message. Hopefully I can see it. Do not use capital letters because YouTube frowns upon that as if you're yelling or blah, 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 blah. They'll pretty much, it's frowned upon, okay? Pretty much. Using all caps with your message is frowned upon. It can easily get hidden or deleted. Okay, just letting y'all know that. Okay. Hey, it's been a while. Miss your live stream, says Christopher Raleigh. Yeah, where you been? No, I'm glad you're doing good, Nicole McIntyre. Okay, now we already kind of now we're 5 minutes into this thing. Okay, so anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. Hello to all you guys from Big Rig and Dennis Bratcher. Last ones I'm gonna be able to get to before I go into this. Okay, so you guys see that the title of this says, if you got reparations, what would you do with it? So what happened is a lot of people that have been talking about this, I asked them what would they do with it, and it blew my mind. Well, no, I'm not gonna lie. It didn't blow my mind. It just, you had the whole shaking my head thing because everybody, and I'm talking, I say about a good 96% of all the people that I asked this. So let's say if I asked 100 people, all black now, 96 of them all just completely failed. I mean, completely failed. And these are people on different economic levels, okay? But completely failed. The first thing they started talking about was buying these cars, buying these houses, da 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 da. It was all about what they would buy for themselves. Buy my wife of this. But I'm like, but why would you buy? I mean, not say wife. I would buy my girlfriend this. I would buy. I'm like, wait a minute, but your girlfriend is going to be getting reparations too if she's black. So then what? Oh man, we're gonna. I'll get myself a plane and I'll fly myself all over. Da, 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 da. So I let them do all this explaining about what they was going to do with their money, which all of it turned out to be a whole bunch of materialistic stuff, which they seem to have formulated their ideas from what they've been watching on TV, having these lavish lives, parties, and all the stuff like that. So in other words, they're going to blow the money. Then there was about a good 4% of them that said they would actually take their money and try to start their own business. So what was really interesting about this is that I told them, what if the amount of money that you got for reparations was equivalent to the stimulus check that you already got? You know what I mean? I told them, let's just take some, even though it's not, let's just take some into consideration. The stimulus check that was passed out, I told them, what if they did a stimulus check and said, this right here is reparation for black folks? You're getting $1,200 or $1,800 max for reparations. What would you do? Some people will complain that that's not right. Some people will complain that it's not enough. Some people will be like, hey, it's better than nothing. Okay, what if they gave you $18,000? Some people will complain that that's nothing. Some people will say this is great. Some people will say, this better than nothing. What if they gave you $180,000? Some people will say that's not enough. Some people will say this is great. Some people will say this is better than nothing. What if they gave you $1.8 million? Some people will say, well, this is not really worth it. This is not really nothing. Some will say this is great. Some will say this is better than nothing. Now, what messed a lot of them up is this. Not one person talked about how they would invest in their own future. Come on, man. You just no. It just completely, it didn't shock me, but it still was, how it is where you don't want to, in other words, you don't want what you think people are going to say to actually be it. Like, how people say, I don't want to be right. I hate being right about certain things. But to hear most of them sit there and talk about all the things they would go and get to a bigger this, a bigger that. And then when I questioned them, they went to, oh, come on, man. No. Nobody said anything about where they was going to invest in. Nobody said nothing about investing in my kids. None of them pretty much 96% of them now did not mention anything about actually trying to go do something with the money to where the money can keep on building. They instantly jumped on buying cars, buying houses, buying jewelry, having parties, flying here and flying there. And even then, I like to get detailed with things. I told them, you want to fly here, you want to fly there to do what though? So I said, okay, let's say for instance, you say you want to fly to Paris. What would you do in Paris? Oh, I'll go there and I'll buy, you know what I mean? So everything that they wanted to do with the money had everything to do with a lot of them spending it. So it's not that you want to rain on nobody's parade, but I told them, if you can't handle the situation that you're in right now with the money that you have, how do you think you're going to handle it when you do get a whole abundance amount of money? Y'all follow me on that? So, and they said, I'm like, and who are you going to get this from? Well, we're going to get this from the white people. The reparations are going to come from the white people. Okay. So what if you get this money and whatever it is you decide to do with that money, that people want to know, like, say, for instance, you want to go buy some land with the money, which some of them said, but then I even told them that what you want to do with the land. Oh, I'll just want to buy some land and some of them say they'll put some businesses on there, whatever. And I'm like, well, what kind of businesses? See what I'm saying? It don't matter, man. It don't matter. I would just put some business. No. It does matter because you just can't buy land and put businesses on there. You just can't do that. And what kind of business? And whatever business that you're talking about, do those businesses already exist? And whatever these businesses are going to be, what's going to make yours appealing? Because if the world finds out, I'm just being real, folks. I'm always real, but when the world, I don't know why I even throw that in there all the time. I should just start saying stuff. When the world finds out, or when the nation finds out that you did buy this land, you put these businesses there, and they find out that your business was and everything you got was obtained by reparations, you think that's going to draw them to that? Some of them, I'm asking this. I'm seriously asking. Do you think it's going to draw them to want to come and buy anything from your business when everything you got was pretty much like, you know what I'm trying to say? And whatever these businesses are going to be, who are they going to benefit? They're going to benefit you. They're going to benefit your community. Who are they going to benefit? And again, when I told them all this, see, everybody always have a plan, but they don't have a plan. What people have is what I call a topic. But y'all remember in school how the teachers give y'all, we got to write it like when you have to write an essay or something like that, they say, well, here go a topic. And underneath that one topic are 3 subtopics. And within those subtopics, you need to let me know what each one of those subtopics is going to be about. So just telling me that you want to start a business, that doesn't mean anything to me. You got to be more specific. And then I told them this, the ones that's getting reparations and you got the money, if you have enough money to indeed buy the land, what if the person that you want to buy the land for wants to know everything you're going to be, wait, I'm letting you purchase my land now. I'm getting ready to sell you a piece of my property, my land. Why should I sell this to you? What are you going to put here? Oh, man, I'm going to put some businesses there. Well, what kind of businesses? I don't know. I don't want to sell my land to you. I don't want to bring, and you know what I mean? I don't want to bring in that type of, I don't want to bring this area that we live in right now. That business might not be fit for this area in this region that we're in. So, anyway, that's one of the things. That's one of the things. Hey, Cap, I just want to throw this out there because I seen your message right there. Cap, do me a favor, bro. Don't use the N word, okay? I mean, I hear you. Like if this was me and you talking on the streets, I hear you, bro. But like in this particular thing right here, we trying to abstain from using that word. So do me a favor and go ahead and retype your message, what you put in there, and then it can you're good, okay? But just in here, in the times that we got going on right now, with everything being so high tense, that probably is not a word that needs to be said in here right now, even though I know what you mean by, bro. So okay, anyway, so also like I get what you're saying. You said they don't help their own communities. You know how we do. It'll be Nikes all day. See, I know. I hear you on that. And that's what it seems like, man, because I pretty much can base that off. People are like, well, you don't know if they're going to do that. I see what y'all do with y'all tax returns. I see what y'all did with y'all stimulus checks. I sat there and told most people, y'all remember when I posted a video about stimulus checks and I told people what to do with it? I told them, don't go out and buy this. Don't go out and buy it. But it was all nuh-uh because they said we supposed to be getting another one. We supposed to be getting another. Where's that other one at? And now if I told y'all, and I told y'all, and I told y'all, and I told y'all, a lot of my family and cousins, whatever, I told them that I know how much money they're going to be getting this stimulus check. And I told them, if you don't sit there and balancing everything out and, budget out like you're supposed to, don't come calling me. And I kid you not, just like some of them did it like clockwork, went out and burned their money on stupid stuff. Don't even think about calling me, and I'm not giving you nothing. I didn't give them nothing. See what I'm saying? You get these opportunities to do certain things with the money that you do have, but what are you doing with what you have right now? That's going to show proof that you are actually a person that can actually do what you claim you want to do with the money. Most people don't even know. You don't believe me? Look what happened to a lot of NBA players, NFL players, professional baseball players. These people like Harold Miner, different folks, they have made Allen Iverson. They made hundreds of millions of dollars and they're broke. Now, to them, they're broke. I mean, Allen Iverson still could pull in like $400,000 a year. I don't call that broke, But to an NBA player that once was breaking in $50 million a year, to them, that's broke. But there's people out there that actually went broke that are NFL players, NBA players. A lot of those, a lot of them actually have that type of money, but having that and not actually knowing how to actually keep that money and let the money work from invested, they blew the money and they broke. I mean, people, how can you sit there and spend over, I think Harold Miner was in the upwards of 200 some million dollars and blew it all. $200 million, folks. So you got somebody like that's in the NBA who is surrounded by agents, who are surrounded by people that can probably give them sound advice on what they need to do with their money, but they didn't do that. So now here you are at the level that you at right now. You're not surrounded by those people. You sit here and you get this reparation for whatever the amount is going to be, and you have no idea how to invest it. You will get played. I'm telling you right now, you will get played. Your money will either get blown or it will be taken because you're not smart enough. I'm not being real. Let me just use another word. You're ignorant to how investing and all that stuff works. You're ignorant to what a stockbroker is. Some of y'all may not be, but majority of the folks is going to be ignorant to what a stockbroker is, what he does. All the money that you have on you, you don't care. Hey, whatever I need to pay you to do the job for me, you're going to do it and have no idea. They're going to be sitting there draining you of your money. So it happens all the time, folks. Doing good, Deadwood. Let me see. With mine, I paid what bills I had left, then bought food that was needed. Just me talking about, okay, you talking about the stimulus check. I hear you. Okay. So also, I'll give you another good example. Okay, let's see. Just saying I want to start a business doesn't just magically make it appear. I'm in the process of starting a business. It's a lot of work and research. Christopher Riley, that's absolutely right. Hear you on that. Now, what I was going to say this is that Black Lives Matter is going around doing this whole thing and amping people up about reparations. What I tell people to do, y'all already know what I feel about Black Lives Matter. I am 100% not even for it at all, period. I'm not for Black Lives Matter at all and what they stand for, especially the foundation it's founded on, okay? So now, with that being said, here's my thing, and I would love to talk to somebody from Black Lives Matter, but I told you they won't talk to me, which is fine, because my Black life matter to them. So, yeah. Anyway, with Black Lives Matter, they're going around saying, pushing people to want to do this. By the way, thanks for the super chat there, Christopher. They want people going around and they're pushing reparations. A lot of them major Black Lives Matter activists, whatever you want to call them, major, the ones who's over this chapter of Black Lives Matter. Then when they do that, and they're going around saying, go ask for reparations. What a lot of people don't like to do, they just jump on board. What a lot of people do, they jump on board. Yeah, reparations. Yeah, we deserve it. We deserve it. Yeah, reparations, yada, yada, peanut butter. Now, it makes them mad because I told them this. Well, how about y'all go and find out since Black Lives Matter want reparations, they have over $1 billion in donations, which if you want to, let's say if that was reparations, because it's a handout, they didn't have to do nothing for it. They got it for free. Now, Black Lives Matter has gotten over $1 billion in donations. Let's see what the very people who's out there hollering about getting reparations, let's see what Black Lives Matter is doing with the money that they got thus far. Well, no, see, because no. I'm being as real as it can be. Show me the people that you support, the ones that you follow who is screaming reparations. Tell them to show you what they're doing with their portfolio. Tell Black Lives Matter, who is out here screaming reparations, tell them to show you, especially if you donated to them, tell them to show you what your money is going into. Tell them to show you what you are investing your money in with them. You bought a t-shirt, you bought signs, you bought all kind of stuff from them. Now tell them to show you what they've done with the money. See, how is it that they're going to ask for reparations? How is it that they're going to ask for reparations? And yet, with the $1 billion that they got right now, unless I'm mistaken, I have not seen one dime going to any Black community, any Black school, any Black neighborhood, any Black anything. So that's what I want. That's what needs to be asked right there. MRN, my sister got fired from her job and banned from her church because she was trying to tell them the truth about Black Lives Matter. Well, you know what? Kudos to your sister. I'm telling you, from her job, that's wrong. I would actually, Lawrence, from her job, I would actually have her go and possibly want to sue them over, because they can't fire you for that. I mean, I know that there are major people being canceled or whatever for that, because they are owned by the very people who tell them you dare not speak upon this. But there is no way. I mean, right now, if my job tried to come against me and try to fire me for speaking, my job, everybody in my job knows what I do on my job. I go to different facilities and all that. They know what I do. They know my channel. My job turns around and fire me for what I'm doing on my platform right now. I'm suing the living daylights out of them. I will sue the living daylights out of them. The Deadwood said they bought some nice buses and plane tickets for their activists and rioters. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Reparations will have a very decisive effect on the country. Had it taken place immediately after slavery ended, that would have been different. But now it will only serve to divide us even more. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no way that you're going to be able to sit there and take and pick apart anything with all Black folks in the nation to be able to come up with some type of formula or amount of money to say, this is what we're going to give you guys. There's just absolutely no way. Get all your best mathematicians and all that out there. You're not going to be able to come up with no way. Okay, Jenny Magidson, thank you for the super chat, sis. Really appreciate that. Now, how about this? If you want to talk about reparations and how much it should be earned, let's say if they took all the Black folks back at that time and they say, okay, everything that we owe the Black folks back then is going to accumulate to every Black person with $5,000. So we giving every Black person in America $5,000. What is that going to be? Give them the amount that the money was worth back then. You know what I mean? So no matter what, though, this is what really is the truth of the matter here, because I decided to talk about this because a lot of folks, like I said, we had this conversation at work and people asked me on my email. Now, the truth is, and the major question is, will they get reparations? No. You can't even get the second stimulus bill to all Americans who's suffering right now, right? You can't even get another stimulus check out to them. And you think that they're going to actually form some type of thing to where you're going to think all Black folks will get reparations? You really have to be shooting really high for something that doesn't even exist. Reparations is a thought and an idea, but it's one that's going to never have no type of fruition. It's not going to have no type of manifestation whatsoever. All it is a means to drive y'all into going against, not going against. All reparations is just talk to get you amped up and motivated, get you roused up for the cause. That's all reparations is used for. That's it. Just like racism, systemic racism, institutional racism is just the means of getting you to believe in something that's actually not there, to get you aroused and worked up for whatever it is that they're trying to push. It's really that simple. You talk reparations, you talk racism, you talk institutional racism, you talk homophobia, you talk toxic masculinity, you talk any of those things to get people roused up. All it's going to do is get you roused up, but actually seeing that thing come to be manifested, to see some actual tangible assets of that, never going to happen. And in the end, when this election is over with, no matter who wins, you're still not going to get it. You can look up right now. Folks want to sit there and get mad at me because it's like, you sit there and say this about Trump. You sit there and say that about Joe Biden. One of you guys, you were really nice enough to actually send me, and let's just show y'all that I'm not lying about this, because folks think I just be blowing water. See this? This says Joe Biden on it, folks. This right here is actually Joe Biden and what they plan to do. He said capital punishment, abolish it. Cash bail reform, see that, end it. Cocaine sentences disparities, he said scrape disparities, but let me see. When it says, now, follow me now. This is Joe Biden and them policies. Because remember, I told you I don't know what their policies is. And folks thought people think I'm being biased with Trump. I said, no, I will follow truth on whatever y'all give me. So somebody was nice enough to give me this right here. It says Joe Biden, former vice president. His resume is virtually unmatched. Obama year, blah, 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 blah. But the point is, it says these are the policies that he wants to implement should he become president. So now, right here, you can see it for yourself. This is my fact folder. See, I put this in my facts. This is what they're saying. As far as reparations go, see that? It says reparations. Joe Biden them said they're going to study reparations. Democrats who support studying reparations fall in line with the plan from Rep. Sheila Jackson, who proposed forming a commission to define reparations and suggest the form any compensation should take. Most presidential candidates have supported her legislation and said they would sign the bill if elected president. Now, former Vice President Joe Biden hasn't endorsed either bill. Hold on, wait a minute. See, this is the trick they like to do. For one, look, I'm not lying to you guys. See that? It says that's under Joe Biden. His policies, whatever he's trying to be. It says reparations. It says study reparations. What does that mean to me? You're going to study reparations and that's it. See what I'm saying? Folks, this is what I'm trying to show people. You need to pay attention to the wording. They can get up there, yeah, reparations, yeah, reparations. I think black people reparations. But when you actually go to them and see what it is that it says on their page on what they want to do, it says they want to study reparations. It didn't say we actually getting ready to give it to y'all. It says study it. That can take years to study. I mean, he'll be dead by then. Well, Joe Biden died, so along with him dying went his reparations studying. So anyway, at the bottom of here, it says, and this is from their stuff, y'all. Former Vice President Joe Biden hasn't endorsed either bill, but his communications director, Kay Benefit, told Vice this year he thinks, and then it cut off. So anyway, all this talk about reparations and all this stuff like that, even Joe Biden, the candidate that most people are going to be vote for, which I'm saying, I'm not hating on the man. I'm just showing you the wording in there that it says they want to study reparations. That's it. So if somebody said, somebody asked me, hey, Ty, do you plan on donating to the Church of Jesus Christ to the children to get presents for Christmas? I'm going to study that. What you think that's going to mean to them? I'm telling you, it's simple. But what people don't do, they don't want to go and look up facts for themselves. They don't want to go and look this stuff up. I don't sit there and just blow steam and just spill words out to y'all, make y'all think I'm doing something. I really invest my time into learning this stuff, because if one side, for one, you could take things from both sides. It's something that I've done in church, and it's really simple. There's things and people in church that I love. There's people in church that I didn't care too much for. But even the people that I didn't care too much for, I still felt that there was something that they said or something that they did that benefited me. So what I'm saying is this: whether I'm Republican or whether I'm Democratic, both sides probably got good things, and they do have good, not probably, both sides got good things that they can offer, right? But what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at what's going to actually be realistically going to be done. Realistically, and whatever it is going to be done realistically, I'll just pull from them what I like here, and I'll pull from this what I like right there. You know what I mean? But some things I'm like, yeah, it's not going to happen. You can go around, look, folks, I said this the other night, getting up and getting the people motivated. We're going to do this. Yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do X. Yeah, we're going to do Y. Yeah. All that is motivation and getting pumped up for the current moment. Is no different than you listening to your favorite song that got you jamming to your song, you grooving and dancing to your song and all that. But when the song goes off, your groove goes off. So what I'm saying is getting you all pumped up and jumped up about reparations and all this stuff like that. For one, I told you, you're not going to get it. Just mark my words. I'm not a prophet. You're not getting reparations, plain and simple. You are not getting reparations, period. So now, like I would do with my sons, this is the same thing I'm trying to do to people. When my sons think or they want to get something and I flat out put it down, you're not getting it. There's no sense in talking about no more. It's not going to happen. I don't care what your friends them are all saying. You are not getting anything. And now, once you put that in their head, they feel like, okay, we can move on to the next subject then. Folks, that's what I'm trying to tell a lot of y'all to do. Move on to the next thing that's really going to matter, because institutional racism, systemic racism, reparations is nothing that's going to have no type of effect whatsoever. It's not going to happen. Okay. Now you need to move on to the matter that really matters. You need to move on to the real thing that's actually affecting Black community. It's not white people. It's not police. It's other Black people. Plain and simple. Other Black people. I talked about this. Let me see. 29 minutes. I'll switch that over to that. But anyway, I'm talking to myself, y'all. Don't worry. That's what's going to happen, is that talk about the real issues that's at hand. How every single time I'm talking about y'all, it's like clockwork. The minute I sit there while I'm talking to other blacks and I say the biggest problem with black people is other black people. Oh man, see, here you go. No, see what in the world? I mean, you should feel like black people, if you're watching this, you should feel like it is an assault to your intelligence that these people are telling you what's wrong with you as black people. All these folks telling y'all systemic racism, institutional racism, police hunting y'all down, white people trying to lynch y'all, and we need our reparations. When that is not the real issue, when you know good and well, I came up in the ghetto, I came up in the hood. The real issue with black people is black people. Plain and simple, it's black people. There is none of those things that I named at all. And the thing is, not that I feel bad, but a lot of times in this world that we live in today, with all this internet and all this stuff, with internet at your hand, you have the internet at your exposure. You have knowledge at your exposure. To me, unless you don't know how to use a computer and you are blind and illiterate, you have no excuse why you do not and cannot know the things that I know. You have no excuse why you cannot know what it is that you need to know regarding institutional racism, systemic racism, police, You have no reason or no excuse to not look up these statistics and look up the real deal yourself. But still, I know you got a group of people, a population of people that rely on folks like me or Tatum or Owens or Larry Elder or ABL or Jericho Green, Jordan Peterson. You got certain folks out there they just rely on folks to break this stuff to them. I mean, it's sad because in the world I lived in when I was coming up as a teenager, I didn't have access to all this stuff at my fingertips. I had to go to a library or something like that, check out a book, read the book. You know what I mean? And those are things I had to do. But in the world today, it's right there at their fingertips. Okay. Deadwood said, no, sir. Folks don't want to put time out there. You know the truth. I am proud of you and the journey you have chosen. Oh, Deadwood. Yeah, y'all been there since the beginning, man. Y'all know it. Y'all absolutely know it. You used to give me a B and give me an S. Now, now what does that spell? That goes through my mind when I hear Black Lives Matter. Yeah. Oh man, y'all hear what my general says? I cannot see your comment if you do not put the @ sign. If you're on a computer, put the @ sign, spell out MODER. When it fills it in, hit enter. After you hit enter, type in your message, hit enter again. If you are on a tablet or a phone, put the @ sign, put capital MRM, and type out your message. That way I can see it. Stephanie Bell says, hi, I'm Irish. Can I get reparations too? Yeah, I know, right? Right, exactly. And the other thing that happens too is this. The minute I tell them you were sold into slavery by other blacks, so you're looking at the wrong people. I'm going to give you another thing. Let's just say this. Since most of them going around saying all the things that we built, where there was a Washington Monument, we built the White House. I know there's a lot of things. For one, I don't even like to say we, I say they. Our ancestors built the White House, built all these things. I'm telling you, I'm saying this in a sarcastic way, but I do kind of mean it. How about we tear it all down and then build it back up? You know what I mean? Tear down the monuments and build another monuments with a mixture of people building it. Tear down the White House, redo the whole thing, make it look high. I don't know how you would want to make it. Tear the White House down, rebuild the White House up again. Then you can shut up about the fact that we built all that. Now what? You know what I'm saying? What does that mean? What does that mean? When you talking about we built it, you can't even be a daddy to your children. What are you talking about? We built it. You are not even in school right now. What are you talking about? We built it when you don't even know how to do geometry yet to even build anything. You know what I'm saying? That's what gets me. All these folks going around yelling this stuff. We built. They pointing at me, brother. You built. They did this on the backs of. What are you talking about? Ain't nobody doing nothing on the backs of nothing that I did. Are you crazy? The people that did it back then, yes. But the ones now, no. Like somebody tried to leave a comment saying something about, oh, what's going on right now is them trying to put a Band-Aid on. No. They said reparations is something. They said all they're doing is trying to put a Band-Aid over what we're due with reparations. I'm like, no. The only people that get rehabbed or treated or surgically have something done to them are those that are wounded. Don't sit here and tell me about somebody that got wounded 100 years ago and you feel like you're the one that put the Band-Aid on because you're wounded. Please, I mean, you hurt, you mad about what white people did to us hundreds of years ago, but you're not mad about the kids that just got killed 2 days ago. What about where you live at right now? Black folks, if you live in the hood, in the ghetto, in the projects where there's high crime, whatever. You can live in a trailer park, white people, whatever. It doesn't even matter. My point is that if anybody has been killed in your neighborhood, on your block, in your hood, or anything like that, and all you care about is what is owed to you, you got the wrong thought process. Talking to yourself is fine as long as you don't talk back. Yeah. No, dude. Well, they can't stand to hear that. No, they can't. I know they can't. They cannot stand to hear that because a lot of them don't like truth. And Mama Don been showing me videos of these people trying to go and talk and go into these campuses and stuff like that. And there's a girl, I think her name is Kaylee or something like that. Let me look it up real quick. I think her name is Kaylee or something of the sort. But Mama Don sent me a video. Let me look it up real quick. I'm not gonna show the video. I'm just gonna talk about who the girl is. I might have her name wrong. But let's see here. Where's she at? No, it's Caitlin. Her name is Caitlin. And she goes onto college campuses to ask questions. Well, anyway, it got to a point where they literally chased the girl and whoever was with her, some of her security. I was just like, nope, couldn't be me. Could not be me. No. Not me. No. The thing is, though, here's the thing. When it comes to having a intelligent and trying to discuss situations to become better as people, when you get to a point to where you become enraged at what I am saying to you, that you want to harm me, you have a problem. And guys, y'all just don't know. I wish y'all could see. And look, some of y'all that's in here, I'm gonna start. Look, whenever things start to open up, I will be posting and letting you guys know certain speaking engagements I'll be going to. Okay, I'll let you guys know when there's going to be certain speaking engagements I'm going to be going to, because y'all have no idea. I have a very, very, very loud carrying voice. And trust me when I tell you, if you talk about somebody that can shout and yell, I can belt some stuff out there. So trying to shout me down, I do it right back at them, but do it in a more sarcastic way that makes them more mad, because I understand what it is that you're trying to do, and it's not going to work. But if you can't have an intelligent conversation with me about where we are as people and where we're trying to get, because all you want to do is try to revert to some type of way of causing some type of physical harm, yeah, that's not going to be pretty. Anyway, let me see what somebody said here. Does everyone forget about the monument park that Trump has signed in that will have prominent people in our history in it, like Rosa Parks, Jackie Robinson? They don't care. They don't care. Let's see. Sherrod said, MRM, that's funny. Build it again. No, I'm serious. Like, tear it down and say, okay, black folks, y'all see that the monuments and the White House is not there no more that y'all built. Now we're getting ready to build a new one. Okay, so now shut up. I mean, I'm just being real. I'm dead serious. Folks, I don't care. I'm telling you, the way that I am right now, it has nothing to do with it. People could come, well, you're just trying to tap dance for the white people. You're only saying that to be cool with the white. I can care less. I have my wife. I have my sons. I have my family. That's what matters to me. What anybody else thinks or feel about me, I don't care. I really don't care. So whether you're trying to say I'm tap dancing for white people, okay. If you're trying to say I'm a disgrace to my race, okay. If you're trying to say I should be ashamed of myself to my race, okay. If you saying, oh my God, you're just trying to make it seem like you're bad, okay. Everything you're going to say, I'm going to say okay to. Okay, you're right. I'm so wrong. I'm so wrong in what I'm doing, but I'm still not going to stop doing it. So the heck out of here. I know what I'm about. I know what I am. I know what I stand for. I know the truth that I am talking about right now. And when that is all said and done, what you feel and think about me is definitely what you feel and what you think, because it is your feelings and it is what you're thinking. But the fact that it's true, no, it's not. It's not at all. It's not at all. Okay, let's see here. So again, I don't know if any of you guys live around the Bloomington, Illinois area. I will be there on the 27th, which is this weekend. I will be going up to Bloomington, Illinois to go to a Republican rally type thing. I'm going to be taking my camera and I'm going to be interviewing people and asking some questions is what I'm going to be doing. Now, also, I just haven't heard of none, but there are people that actually have reached out and sent me these things. If there are some Democratic conventions or things going on like that of the sort, I will show up to those too, to want to have conversation. That's what I would want to do. But again, with that being said, they already know, a lot of them have watched my channel. Don't come there playing no games with me. What I mean by that, do not come there with the intentions of just coming there simply to try to think you're going to shout me down or anything like that. Because it's so, guys, I'm telling you right now, if I'm having this conversation like I am right now, and people are sitting there shouting and all the stuff like that, I'm like, okay, thank y'all. That's it, because I don't have time for that. If I'm here to have a conversation, to have a real legit conversation about some real things, and people want to just be there just to shout you down, it's like I don't have no time for that. I just move on, whatever. Or I'll start doing things that make them mad. Why they going, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter? I'll start dancing. No, they don't. They be like, they be going around going, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. They go, Black Lives Matter. I go, when a cop kills them, Black Lives Matter. When a white person kills them, Black Lives Matter. Not when a black person kills them, Black Lives Matter. Not when a black person kills them. So I'm saying, if they shout that at me, that's what I shout back in between that little pause right there. And it makes them mad. I mean, I'm just saying. So anyway, let me see what y'all are saying here. I like that you have come to the realization that a certain point in person's life, they themselves are responsible for the situation in their life. That's absolutely right. It's absolutely right, man. Accountability, man. I mean, so much can be, you cheating people out of a real life experience and learning a real skill when you do things like that. You really are cheating people out of that. I do have a question. Why are the do this reparations? They were not even born back then. I'm truly curious. Just me. I'm black and I don't even know. I am black. I don't even know. How come they want to ask for reparation when Obama was the president? How come they want to ask for reparations then? I mean, you had a black man as a president. Surely he can do something for us as far as reparations goes. We have to really have a conversation about true reparations and to be quite honest, we as far as Americans go, we need to have this conversation. But first, this is what Obama said. But as a practical matter, it is hard to think of any society in human history in which a majority population has said and has consequences of historic wrongs. We are now going to take a bigger chunk of the nation's resources over a long period of time to make that right. Those that were wrongs done to the blacks community as a whole and black families specifically, and that in order to close the gap, a society has a moral obligation. Theoretically, you can make an obviously and a powerful argument that centuries of slavery, Jim Crow discrimination are primary cause for those gaps. On the other hand, I do think that we ought to make an effort to give a fair chance to everyone who is qualified, not through a quota, but just look over the employment roles. If you read between the lines, Barack Obama was saying you're not getting no reparations. Your black president told you you're not getting no reparations. Your black president told you that you're not getting reparations. Go back and ask him about that. You know what I'm saying? So a black man that was your president told you wasn't getting it. Now you want to ask some white folks for it. Come on now. Get out of here. How come they didn't storm Barack Obama's place or his home or anything like that saying that, did they? No. Well, it's different because he's black. Okay, get out of here. You're not getting it. Plain and simple. They can get mad at me all they want to. You're not getting it. Let's see. Yeah, we all know that. It's pretty much a victim mentality. And the thing is, what's sad about that is that you have what makes this really powerful, what they're doing. What makes what Black Lives Matter or whoever is helping black folks think this victim mentality way, what makes it really powerful is that they have such a support group over it. When you have somebody supporting you being a victim, that's very powerful, folks. It's very, very, very powerful. And some of those things are hard to break there. Some of them are really, really hard to break. Thanks for the super chat, Jenny Magazine, who says, don't waste time with ethics reparations. Think logistics. Proof descent from slave, second generation field slave get more than ladies maid. Enslaved a year? Yeah, right, exactly. It's okay. James Cox said, MRM, it's funny that people who call to defund the police are shocked by how crime has gone out of control. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my God, things are getting worse. No. Come on now. Christopher Riley said it's a very good impersonation. Oh boy. Anyway, let's see what else you guys are saying here. Remember, I don't know if you guys are talking to me or not, because if you don't put the at sign, put at capital MRM, if you're on the phone or tablet, I won't see it. If you put the at sign and spell out MODER, it will fill it in for you. When it fills it in for you, hit enter, type out your message, hit enter again. Okay, let's see. MRM, Obama is probably getting a cut out of Black Lives Matter money. I wouldn't doubt it, since all their money is going to them anyway. I'm just here for looks. Yeah, right, Lethal. MRM, good for you entering into the notoriously deceptive political arena. Like Daniel in the Lions Den. Seriously, though, we need you out there. Oh, don't worry. If things still go the way that they're going right now, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more things. Let's just say this. It would be awesome. I'm not trying to say this in no bad way. It would be awesome when it comes to a time to where I don't have as much time to be on here. You know what I mean? I still will be on here. But when the time comes where I can't be on here as much, I'm telling y'all straight from me, you're hearing it from me, being out there and doing that will be the only reason why I won't be able to be on here as much. Okay, Jenny Magnuson, thank you again for the super chat. Says, instead, support inner city schools, medical facilities, access scholarships. Said, I mean, with $1 billion, man, they can start a K through 12 school. They can start a K through 12 school, even if you want to try not to know, but nah, because they're trying to make it all black, only blacks. But then again, I don't know, because maybe if you're trying to change a generation of people, maybe it needs to be put that way where you have blacks working in the school along with whites. Because the thing is, you need to see harmony. You need to see, unity is what they need to see. But the fact that from young black kids growing up from a young age, if they are able to see other black people in prominent roles, in positive roles, those kids won't even have to try to make themselves aspire to that. It'll just be naturally in them to want to pursue the very things they see put forth in front of them. That's why it's so easy for people to do wrong, because as a child, you're in neutral. Anything that's in neutral will roll either way. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be in gear per se. Deadwood understands that. He's a mechanic. If the car is in neutral and it rolls backwards, it's going to roll backwards. If it rolls up a hill, like if this is the car, if it's in neutral, it's going to roll like this, right? When it gets up to a hill, it's going to go back down the other way. It's just going to go wherever the flow is going to go. That's what it's going to happen. That's what happens with children at a young age. And what I mean by that, and the reason why I say that is this: young children, when they see people before them who we call peers or role models, they a lot of times don't know the role model is doing something bad. So even before they figure out that what the role model is doing is bad, they have already made themselves pretty much accustomed to what the person that's doing wrong. They accustomed themselves and fashioned themselves after that already. And later on find out down the road it is wrong. And I know y'all might say, no, I'm telling you, there are people out there that did not feel that it was wrong to actually, start stuff with somebody. Purposely start things, purposely try to go out and be the toughest, the baddest, because they seen their peers do it. Let's see here. If anybody followed that, let's see. Okay, skills and trade schools in hoods would be the best hand up for the community, but Black Lives Matter only want the turmoil. Yep, you're right. I agree. I agree. I tell them, like right now, me and my wife was having a conversation with some really good friends of mine from church, and we were saying how come that's not being pushed. I mean, shoot, welding, man, makes good money. Electricians now, trade schools, good money. They can be a barber, all these different things that they can go to these trade schools to do that won't require them to go to college and get in debt to go to a job they're probably not even going to like. Some of them can get into, construction, all that, man. It's so many things they can do becoming contractors that don't require you to go to college, but still can make a really, really good living for themselves. That stuff is not being pushed with a lot of them. Okay, Dennis said Louisville is a powder keg now, set a record for murders and still have 3 months left, expecting the verdict this week. Also, way out there. Y'all sound like Chi-Town, Dennis. Sound like Chicago. What interests me is ending slavery that is happening today. I can't feel bad or guilty for anything that happened 200 or 400 years ago. Right. I totally agree. I totally agree. Well, the only difference between the slavery then and the slavery now, well, is that the slavery now is a mental slavery. It's a mentality, right? And the issue that makes the mentality even stronger than actually the physical slavery is that people that were physically enslaved, if somebody came and tried to free them, they were more motivated to try to escape. The ones right now that's in mental slavery, some of them don't want that. I mean, it's sad. It's really messed up because that's the only way that they've been taught. That's the only way that they see. That's the only way they've been taught to see. They have been given the vision, not of their own, but by somebody else, and they can't see things no other way. So until you are able to take them to like a hill and have them look down on all the opportunities that's set before them, they will never be able to see it. They're still in the village, like that movie, The Village. They're still in the village behind those walls, still scared to venture out because somebody telling them that the boogeyman is out there to get them. I'm telling you, The Village is a very perfect movie of how people are mentally enslaved. Winhand said exactly, MRM. They could attend college later if they want to, their own business or management. Give young people trade/skills. Yeah, it's better than doing nothing. The teacher unions are funded by Black Lives Matter. So what do you think our children are learning? Yeah, exactly. And I think Donald Trump trying to offset that. I wrote the White House the skill schools for the hood and rural areas. They also need to think about the skill schools for high schools again as well. Yeah, I remember there was woodwork. You had to go to like a whole different place to just go see if you had an interest in any type of welding or construction or carpentry or any of that. They used to have that in high school. They took all that out. They also had auto shop. They had auto body and all that. We used to have I mean, I remember all that, man. James Cox says we took away auto shops. Yeah, exactly. And small motors and welding, wood shop. Yep, exactly. Exactly. I say it's more slavery by dependability. That's why the left has been trying to keep hold of the black community because they can control them. What they don't understand is this, folks. Black people, we have become like a thing that we have become the thing that a certain side has relied on for the vote. We are killing each other at astronomical rates, right? So you got black folks killing each other at a crazy high rate. We're more in prison than everybody else. Then you got this certain side that's also trying to let in what you call illegal immigrants and trying to instantly give them pretty much citizenship. They're getting better. They're coming in and getting insurance. They're getting all these things. Now, I have no problem with nobody coming to America, but when something is illegal, it's illegal, people. Plain and simple. But my point is this: the more people that are coming in illegally, that population is going to outgrow the population that's killing each other off. And once they get to a point to where the black people, once we get to a point to where we've killed so many of each other off, we're killing our babies, we're leaving our mom, we leaving our children at home with the mothers, and the children are going to have a very low survival rate because they're going to have you there to actually guide them along the way. What's going to happen is that we're going to become the real minority. And then your vote is definitely not going to count because nobody's going to care about your vote because you're going to be the minority. You're going to be the smallest population. But the ones that are coming in here illegally and finding some way to get citizenship and all that, like I said, I have nothing against people coming to America. But when it's illegal, plain and simple. But what's going to happen is that if that population starts to grow, then their vote is what's going to be relied on and not yours. And you're going to be pretty much worthless. So people don't see it that way, though. And I'm not saying that to hate on nobody. I love every race, creed of people here. But my point is that if something is illegal, it's illegal. Killing somebody is illegal. Right? It's illegal. Stealing is illegal. So if you coming over here across the borders as an illegal immigrant, whether you're from Mexico or whether you're from anywhere else, if you get into here illegally, it's wrong. Plain and simple. Let's see here. James Cox says you don't hear a word from Black Lives Matter, and you won't hear a word. Let's see. Ken Arnold said, well said, Ty. Thank you, sir. Yep. Winhand said vocational technical schools were great. People graduated as LPNs, stylists, mechanics, etc. Yes, they did. That's right. You are wise beyond your years, Ty. Thank you. Thank you. This come from being locked up. I don't mean jail. I mean like not being able to go outside and play when the street lights and stuff came on. Folks gonna be like, oh dang, you know. That totally got phrased the wrong way, Ken Arnold. Well, lethal and non-lethal. Look at that. I done walked myself into my own trap. See, that comes from being locked up. Oh my God. I have made myself a statistic. Jeez. No, what I mean is that comes from being cooped up in the house. When the street lights came on and you had to be in the house and you didn't have all this cable and TV and internet and stuff like that, we had to occupy our minds with something. So reading or life situations caused this wisdom to get here like it is. That's too funny, man. God dang, that's messed up. Now, look, it's 80 people in here right now. Somebody might jump in here and say things like, well, you know what? Look what you did, man. You were locked up and look how you turned out. It's just going to be terrible. Folks, I have never been locked up a day in my life. I have never been to jail, never had a ticket, nothing. So that was come on, man. I mean, you know what I meant, the thing. Come on. No, let me stop. Do y'all know the thing now? Come on, man. Come on.
You've been to jail. You were wrong. You've been to jail. You're a criminal. Criminal. Criminal.
You and Tom McDonald are truth tellers. Wow, thank you. I love Tom McDonald. Carol W., thank you for the super chat. Sis says, I don't know what that first word is. Egali High School in Melbourne has aircraft mechanics, marine mechanics, and auto body shops. They have partnerships with business in the area. That is awesome. I love hearing that. Joe Biden wants to make 11 million illegals legal without going through citizenship rules. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't hear about that. Don't know about that. Now I'm getting to know the thing. Yeah. Yep, James, we came in the house when they came on. James Byer says, don't forget me wrong. No, okay, James Byer says, don't get me wrong. I recognize and acknowledge how disgusting slave trade was, but for me to feel bad about it today is insane. It absolutely is insane. And I hope not one white person feels bad. I don't feel bad about slavery. And those are my people. Why would I mean, it's terrible what happened to our ancestors, but those were our ancestors. You know what I'm trying to say? But again, go to the heart of the matter. From what I'm told, and not what I'm told, but what I've read, 99.9% of most of all the slaves that made their way over to these United States were sold into slavery by other black people. So we looking at the wrong folks. What black folks, the want reparations, go to Africa. Get your reparations from Africans. Good, because they go to Africa and get it from them. Because there lies your true reparations. That's where it's at. The ones who sold you into slavery. All these folks complain about America and how terrible America is, and yet they stand here. MRMI Australia, if you come in through the back door, you're thrown out. Yep. I'm just a few seconds behind on your stream, and I keep getting Biden ads. You getting Biden ads on my stream? Get out of here. That's awesome. He's helping me get the thing, He's helping me get ads. Come on, man. Maybe I keep on doing that because if I'm getting Biden ads on my channel, I don't care. They do what they want to on YouTube anyway with those. Let's see. let's see what else y'all saying. Remember, if you're trying to get my attention, folks, you have to put the @ sign and put MODER. And when you put MODER on the computer, it should fill it in. Put Modern Renaissance Man. When it fills it in, hit enter. Type out your message. Hit enter again. Andrea Dickerson, that's awesome. James Cox says, I tell folks, go back to your homeland and act the fool like they do here. See where you end up. Yeah, dead. Yes, Sharice 3317. You just said MRM. Every time you say I don't care, I crack up. Wait, who? I don't know who you're talking to, Lethal. How you doing, Idery Man? Long time no see. Finally made it to the Idery stream. Look, this dude, you love Irie, don't you? How you doing, good man? Long time no see. Finally made it to a good live stream. Cool beans. Which brand of bass guitars do I have? I have a Peavey and I have a Hohner, Hohner. Well, you're doing okay. Shress or She-Hers. Put the @ sign in front of it next time. Christopher Riley said, yeah, it's annoying. Have to love how YouTube works. Your clarity of thought and intelligence on these issues are refreshing. Ironhide, appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh, you laughing at me? None? Okay. She was the first college grad in the entire family. I was the second. She said it was different for us because we were white. Yeah, okay. Whatever. I don't know what. See, that's what I'm saying. These things right here, they really almost give means to why there are stereotypes out there. They really do. I have adopted your saying, yada, yada, peanut butter. Yeah, I know. I'm going to get a t-shirt made that says that on there too. And my son. MRM, do you think my sister is right? No, she is not right. I have people that went through the physical therapy program like I did. So a lot of people failed out of the program that were white. And I say a lot of them, I'm talking about I was the only black one in my class. You know what I mean? I was the only black one in my class. First one. And a majority of the white people failed out that actually had better opportunities financial wise than I did. In college, I hustled in college. My wife stayed at home with my two sons who were babies, okay? I worked and I went to school full time. Okay? So there were people that were white. I'm not trying to call them out, man, because let's just say this. One of the ones that was in my classroom in the physical therapy program, his father was somebody prominent at the college. His father worked at the college, but he was somebody prominent in the college, and he failed out of the program. And he didn't have none of the financial worries that I did. He didn't have to work. He didn't have no kids. He didn't have a wife. All he had was himself. There were other white students in my classroom who parents were paying for them to go there, and the parents actually bought them a car, and they didn't have no job, all because their parents paid for everything, and they stayed at home with their parents, and they failed out of the program. So now, who seemed like they had the upper hand? They did. But when it came to doing the schoolwork and doing the stuff, see what I'm saying? I worked full time. Okay. Went to school full time. My wife did not work. I still hustled to take care of my family while going to school full time. That's already crazy. If you ever been through a physical therapy program, dude, my professors, when you even get into the physical therapy program, they recommend you not work. It goes, hey, just like in physicians, as for a physician assistant program, they recommend you not work. They're like, dude, there's no way you're going to be able to. But it's like, look, I got a family, man, and my wife and kids are at home, and hey, so for me to sit there and put all that time and effort into doing what I did, to sit there and try to say that the white people got a different experience than I did and they had an advantage, absolutely not. Absolutely not, because it has nothing to do with what I, as an individual, am going to bring to the table. It has nothing to do with an individual or what I am capable of doing intellectually and academically. It has nothing to do with that, especially if I'm trying to put forth the effort. I had tutorers and people that I went to. I mean, y'all, I'm telling you, That's why I'm saying no. I don't quit making up these goddamn on excuses for folks. That's all they want is excuses. Well, I can't do it because look, he gets good. No. If you really want to do it, you would do it. If not, shut up. I'm serious. That's what I'm shut up. Well, no, you shouldn't say that. That's kind of rude. Now you about to focus on the fact that I said something that's rude instead of focusing on what me actually telling you that is actually factual and truthful. You can make it. You can do it. You have the ability. You have the strength. You have to put forth the time and the effort and go to the tutoring and whatever it is you need to do to get by, to give you a better understanding of what it is that you can do. But to sit there and try to give you excuse, yeah, go ahead and drop out because it's too hard. Because those other white people got their mom and dad at home. His dad, it works for the college. Her dad works for the college. Her dad is an engineer and her mom is a lawyer. So she got it made right there. She's white. And you ain't going to be able to do it because you go home to a single parent home. You stay in the ghetto. You stay in the hood. But that's why your mind doesn't have no academic potential in it. Just get the heck out of here. Let's see. Jenny Magasin, again, thank you for the super chat. You know what? You can donate that to my PayPal. That way, none of that will be taken out from YouTube. Okay, if you want to keep on pushing money out like that, you can have my PayPal, sis. But I do thank you for the super chat. It says, does anyone study history anymore? Read, people, read. If I use a tablet, what do I type at the beginning? Good at history, not at computers. Okay, Jenny, what you do is put the @ sign. Put the @ sign and put MRM capital and then type out your message. I have to go. It was great to be here. See y'all all. Hope to catch you soon again. Lacey R, you take care, sis, okay? Take care of yourself. James Cox says, what do you say to folks who says white privilege? I say that it's an absolute lie. And if I'm just being real with you, I don't call a person racist that believes that they have white privilege. But what I do say to them is that, so you do believe that you are superior to me. I'm just being real with y'all. To me, as a black man, a white person telling me that they have white privilege, it makes me feel like they are actually acknowledging or trying to say that they are superior to me because of their race. And anybody that feels that they are superior to another race are called supremacists. You can be a black supremacist, you can be a white supremacist. So that's the way I take that. White privilege is something to me that doesn't exist. What really exists is money privilege. Money privilege is the main thing that pretty much exists. If you have millions upon millions of dollars, you can get invited and pretty much go anywhere you want to any of these events, plain and simple. But as far as that's what it's saying. It's social economics, plain and simple. Social economics will get you things. If you got the money, you can go to these places and do these things amongst all races and color creeds of people. But to say that there is white privilege, I don't think so, because I grew up around white people that definitely were not privileged. I grew up around white people that are less advantaged than what I was going through college. Right now, in this current state that I am right now, I know a ton of white people who, I'm not putting myself above them, but I'm just telling y'all, I know a ton of white people right now on a social economic stance. I am far ahead of them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. You look at this stuff and say, this is bull crap. This is absolute bull crap. I'm a 65-year-old white woman. I'm not privileged, says just me. Exactly. But see, the thing is, the people that are pushing these agendas, they don't care if it's real or not. All they care is to get the person to believe it so they can push them, so they can push those people to carry out their agenda. That's all it is. It's just like you instigating the fights. If somebody's sitting there telling me, oh, this person said this about you, he said this, he said that, and he said this, and then these other people come, yeah, I heard he said this about you too, Tyler, man, and da-da-da-da-da. I know you're not going to let him say that to you. I know you're not going to let him disrespect your family name and stuff like that. We heard him say this, man. And if I go there and fight and beat up the person based off of what they told me, even if it was a lie, even if it is a lie, which most of the time it is a lie, I carried out their agenda. Not even going to question the person. Hey, let me ask you something first of all. Did you say this about my family? Did you say this about me? Did you say you were going to harm my family? Did you say you were going to harm me? And that person was like, no, I didn't say such thing. Okay, one, either you're lying because you're scared right now and you don't want to fess up to it, or they're lying. But either way, if you're saying that you didn't say it, okay. But that's not what people do today. They don't care. They just get aroused and they carry things out. It's like the man said, Dr. Malcolm said in Jurassic Park, you were so focused on the fact that you could, you never stopped and thought if you should. And that's what most people do today. They're just driven, getting told lies of something that don't even exist, and they carry out and act as if it does. Jenny Magazine, you're welcome, sis. I don't care what nobody tell you right now. I can have people, you can have the Ku Klux Klan if they still was around, right? If the Ku Klux Klan existed and I had millions upon millions of dollars and I said, look, do me a favor. I want to donate some money to y'all Ku Klux Klan thing. But the only reason why I'm donating it to y'all because I want y'all to stay in y'all own community. Like I want, since y'all are, it ain't because y'all white, it's because y'all are hateful. Y'all hate black people because of the way they look. Y'all hate white people if they like black people. So all I'm saying is this. I want to give y'all enough money to build y'all a wall yourself and y'all can keep y'all community there. Would y'all take my money? I bet the KKK take my money. I bet they will. I ain't taking none of your nigger dollars. Yeah, right. They're going to take that money. MRM, I grew up not privileged, says hers 3331 317 says I grew up not privileged. I made my way through college with 2 babies. If there's a will, there's a way. I totally agree. I have a coworker that's black. She made it through college with 2 children. XMRX. I think I see it's supposed to be the @ Dave. I hear you though. Says I've also read 3 studies that claim everyone has some African DNA. So if true, the whole world qualifies. Exactly. There are real African Americans that's here that are white. White privilege is a term used to shame other whites and create jealousy among other races. I grew up poor in the country, in the hood. I have seen no privilege in my life. Exactly, Deadwood. Exactly. Coming from a family of Marines, James Cox says, we were taught to work for what we want. That's right. It's how it comes. Terry says she is 67 and was the first to graduate from high school in 3 generations of poor folks. See, love it. Absolutely love it. Love it. I guess my comments are getting ignored again, like most of the time I'm here. Never address who do you have to know the secret handshake around here. April Garris, if you was follow the simple instructions of what I said when I said put the @ and if you're on a computer, April, Ninja Turtles, April. If you are on a computer, look, I'm looking at you, April. Okay, April, I'm giving you that attention that you want. No, I'm just joking. I'm messing with you. April, if you are on a computer, if you put the @ and you spell MODER, your computer should fill in Modern Renaissance Man. When your computer fills that in for you, hit enter. Okay. After you hit enter, type in your message, hit enter again, and it will be highlighted on my page. Okay. April, if you are on a phone or a tablet, put the @ and put capital MRM and then type out your message and then send it. Thank you. Let me quit playing. But no, seriously, April, I don't know. You gonna look, take a number. If you feel like you've been ignored, everybody else is too, especially if you don't follow those directions there. So, okay, let's see. James Cox says, slip me $5 and he'll let you in. Funny. Mama Don, what is going on, sis? How are you? Have you heard the gospel of Judas? Yes, I have. MRM, you rock, brother, says Ken Arnold. Seriously, I share your page a lot in hopes others will listen to what you have to say on these touchy topics. Ken Arnold, I really, really appreciate that. That's one of the best things that any of you guys that's in this chat can do. The best thing that y'all can do for me on here is not just is number one thing you can do on here. The best thing is to share it, and then after that, once the videos are done, leaving a thumbs up and leaving a comment. Those are the best things you can do. Ben Channel, appreciate that, sir. Says, I love you. James Cox says, I wish I was born and raised here. Where is here? In America? In America? Okay, let's see. Okay, Arcola says, "Do you think suicide is acceptable when life is a failure? Is suicide acceptable? I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so. I think it all, suicide has a lot to do with person's own individual internal struggles. I always would wish that the person would live because I feel that your mind is powerful enough to overcome anything that's torturing it, given time. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I think because we have been so preconditioned that we live in the microwave generation, that everything is so fast. Your food can be cooked fast. You go to a fast food restaurant, they got your food ready within 2 to 3 minutes. You type on the computer right now, you don't have to do dial up no more, but you type on the computer right now, your answer is instantly ready. So I think what happens is that a lot of times people don't allow, the body is not going to change. Your body is not going to change. Even though we have all these technologies, we can fly places faster, we can drive places faster, we can cook food faster, we can go on the internet and search and get answers faster, we can have things in our phone right now, but your body is not going to change. It is still going to heal at the same rate that it has healed since the time the man has been walking the earth. So I think what happens is that people want to rush a lot of things. I want to be rid of this depression right now. I want to be rid of this thing right here, right now, when it might take time. You know what I mean? It takes time for those things to heal. Most of my patients, if they have suffered from an occlusion or what we call a stroke, when they have a stroke, a lot of times it takes up to a year for them to get like 60% function of what they've lost, because the body and the brain and all that stuff heals at its own rate. So let alone a lot of stuff that people are dealing with right now. I think suicide is just a quick answer to getting rid of and not having to have the thought of whatever it is that's torturing them mentally. It's just a quick way to get rid of that, and you cease to exist. But to me, I don't think that it's acceptable when life is failure, because I don't think that life itself is failure. Life is beautiful. I think it looks at it all based on how you've been taught to look at life. Life and you are not a failure. The things that you do in life may fail, but life itself is not a failure. Your life is not a failure. There's always time and always an opportunity to change it around to what you want your life to be. Just for grins, a buddy of mine who is black says, "Don't call him African American." He says, "I was born in Oklahoma City. That makes me a Native American." Oh, right. Okay, really. MRM, no, I was telling Don about moving back to Minnesota. Oh, okay. MRM, please run for mayor, governor, anything. We need more peeps like you. Well, you never know. I might be. Mama Don says, only people who are privileged is rich people and those specialty groups that get special privilege like most minority groups. Yep, Mama Don, I literally just got done saying it before you got in here. I literally just got done saying that. Christopher says, have to go, keep preaching the good word and spreading the truth, but always with sense of humor. Yes, Chris Riley, absolutely. You have a good evening. I used to be young and in shape. Now I'm old and shapely. Oh my God. Arcola says, I was taught to be as a second-rate person by family compared to other people. Well, son, well, you say you were taught to be as a second-rate person. I don't know what that means. Governor MRM sounds good. Yeah. MRM, we have to look at those born with disabilities who have overcome serious obstacles to become huge success. For example, comedian Ryan Niemiller, and the Miller, or the infamous Stephen Hawkins. Yeah. There's a guy right now that don't have no legs or no arms, and he can hop up the steps and everything. If you come to Minnesota, I will give you a 50-cent tour. Oh, sweet. I didn't know 50 Cent lived in Minnesota. I'll be here all day, folks. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's see. MRM, do I send that shirt to the P.O Box? Mama Don, yes. I usually drive through that region. I usually go up there and visit some family in that Illinois region. I usually go there and visit like once a month or something like that. So MRM, it is sensible people like you that can save our country. Well, let's see. We shall see. Y'all got me wanting to change up my whole profession and go into something I've never gone into before. I like challenges and you know what they call it, something territory, uncharted territory. So Princess Mama Dawn and so wait, Queen Dawn and Princess Just Me. Lito, no, I think I told you the other day that I was told that it's there. I was told that it's there, but I'm supposed to be going towards that direction this coming weekend, so I'll definitely get it in. MRM, can I consider listening to you? MRM, can I consider listening to you as going to church? Yeah, a lot of people do. I'm glad you mentioned that because I got to get the message that I preached at my church. I got to get it up here. Okay, let's see. MRM, I know an acquaintance who works as a prostitute and lives a double life as a house inspector. That's her choosing. I'm just saying that's her choosing. If that's her means of trying to make money, I mean, I don't agree with it, but if you're saying a double life, I don't know if you're trying to say that she is married and her husband don't know or something like that. Or you saying, you know what I'm saying? It's like if they're, I mean, I've known a physician assistant that liked stripping, but I mean, I don't know if I would call it a double life. I'll just say that's, I mean, I don't know what to say to that. So, Miriam, I tried that a long time ago before I had my daughter. Okay. Deadwood says it is a time of opportunity for a strong-willed, educated individual willing to guide others out the hole and believe they reside in, helping them believe in more than what they are sold. I agree, Deadwood. I agree. I totally agree. Mama Don, I don't know if I got to that. I know I didn't get to that one yet. The main one I watched was with Caitlin. But the latest ones I got from you, Mama Don, is the CSULA students hate Trump. Vincent says, I have been watching the slow destruction of America culture all the way from Scotland. I pray you all win the civil conflict. Well, Vincent, you know what? What's really interesting about this thing, if you really think about it, is that in my perspective, I don't know if America actually really had what I would call culture. I don't know if we really had culture. You know, we so mixed. I don't even know what our culture would be. You know, I mean, I know we're Americans, we're patriots, you know, the whole nine, but what is the American patriot culture? Because amongst the people I grew up around, amongst blacks, we have I mean, you look what we're putting out. If you look at the black culture, it's terrible. So, I mean, she does have a husband, and he is old man. He's an old man gold digger. Well, if he don't know about that, that's something that she's just gonna have to answer to. Hopefully, that old man is not somebody that you know and that that you have a good, strong personal relationship with. Because if that's the case, I will be telling. I'm sorry. I'm like, dude, I love you, brother. Your wife is a hoe. Don't you dare come on. No. I'm talking about your wife is a legit whore. Like she prostitutes. Follow her and get some video. This is what your wife does, man. Okay, let's see. I sent you a Fleeka Talks. Mama Don, I don't know. Mama Don, the last thing I got from you after watching Caitlin is you told me about the shirt. And then I watched the Black Lives Matter protest as this week, highlighting Natalie Yvonne. I got that. And then the last thing I got was CSLUA, something about them hating Trump. I don't know if y'all can see that. I don't know if that's going to be too blurry. It may be. I don't know. Can you clear it up? Boom. That's the last thing I got right there. All right, James Byer, you enjoy your evening. MRM, looking back on Black culture here in the U.S., there are so many things to reflect on. Black culture as a whole, I mean, there's some good things, but I mean, as a whole, man, I'm talking about look how we portrayed on TV. You know what I mean? Look how we portrayed through our music. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. James Cox said, I say we pick up Donna and Lethal and show them both how we play in the mud. Huh? Leah says, debated extensively in college whether or not America has its own culture. General consensus is yes, we do. I like to read that consensus and what their basis of saying that it does. I like to know what their culture is. MRM says, so the media says we are to hate each other. How do we see so many things from a similar core value? Yeah, I hear you. True. Mary Clark says, MRM, how do you think God is feeling about today? I think God is looking at this saying, where are my people that's actually going to rise up? And number one, speak out against this thing. Number two, show people the good love that's out there. There is, you know what? It says, love casted out all fear. Love is going to be the very thing that's going to be won in the end of the day. And the issue is that people have not been shown what real, true, genuine love looks like. They've been given a facade of what love should look like, whatever like that. But real love does not fear. So what I'm saying is that anytime things went, if you look back in the history of books in the Bible and everything, anytime major things happen in the Bible, God always used his people to help bring nations and groups, societies along the way. Now, like I said before, some of y'all should be really angry that a lot of folks that y'all followed are not saying nothing against this or even speaking out against this or bringing no type of gospel against this. What they're going to do, they're going to wait for all this to die down. Then they're going to come back like the Lord got us through tremendous times. He got us through. You can get up there and say all that. But what about right now? People want to hear the good news, which is supposed to be the gospel anyway. They want to hear good news now. Give them something to look forward to. What do we have to look forward to? So in the time and the things that we got going on right now, folks, I see things differently than most people see it. They say, oh my God, we are divided like never before. Y'all looking at the wrong thing. Some of y'all are looking at the wrong thing. See, when you sit there and tell me, man, look how, man, all this stuff just got us divided. What y'all are missing is the ones who are actually uniting. You're so busy focusing on all the turmoil and all the division that you think or feel is being caused when you don't even see the ones who are actually uniting. Turn your focus onto the ones that are over there united and keep your mind and your focus stayed on the ones that are uniting, because never before have I seen people uniting against something like I do see right now. Some of y'all don't see it, but in the real world out there among society, what they call the quiet, whatever they want to call them, you know, the world, the nation is really uniting on this stuff. That's why it's losing its momentum. I'm telling you, I knew it was going to happen anyway. I knew it. Real people who see this issue for what it really is and see that it's evil are going to stand up against it. And what you're going to find out, you're going to be like, oh my God, I didn't know there were others like me. And now that you see that, it actually makes you feel better. Now the outlook looks different. Now there's hope. Hope was never gone anyway. It's just that your focus was on something else. Leah says, I live in a predominantly white community, always have. I know nothing about black culture or black people except what I see on TV and media. The only reference I have is what I see on the media. Sad, ain't it, Leah? And you know what's sad about that? A lot of ways that it's being portrayed on the media, people go back and they emulate that in their neighborhoods. They really do. The biggest thing I see people uniting on, though, is that they're uniting against the evil. Just Me says we have God's people, police officers, medical personnel, fire personnel, and like-minded people. Yes, we do. I'm telling you, out there in the real world, not on this TV or not on the media or not on this stuff that people keep on cramming their minds with, out there in the real world, there are real people. I'm telling you, it's all going to show. Y'all going to see it. It's going to see. It's not going to be no surprise what the outcome is going to be. Ken said, take care of yourself and thank you for doing what you do. I'll keep sharing your page and we will all continue together making a difference. That's absolutely right, Ken. And I really, really appreciate that, sir. Really, really appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Holly West says, I know you are super busy, but when you have some free time, can I speak with you? It's about my grandmother. I need your professional advice and opinion. Holly absolutely says, hit it up in Instagram in the message area. Unless you're saying, when you say speak, what do you mean by, you mean like that? Like how I'm sending you messages and stuff through Instagram, the voice messages? Okay, I hear you, Holly. Wendy says, I think media tries to divide us. Oh, they know what they're doing. At first, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Whenever I was first hearing them do this, whenever I was hearing people say things like the media lies, or even it was like Donald Trump was like,
the news is fake. The news is fake. You're fake. You're fake news. I'm not going to answer that because you're fake news.
I thought like, okay, I didn't know it was. I'm telling y'all flat out. I thought like, okay, I think Donald Trump might be kind of a little cuckoo because the news can't be fake. They can't. Look, I'm just being real with y'all. I did not know that they could lie. Y'all know what I mean? Y'all the ones that been on my channel, I told y'all, if you go back to just a year ago, guys, y'all can see live chats when I'm like, I don't watch the news. I don't know what's going on. I still don't watch it. But as a young man growing up, I thought that the news was all true. I know I'm naive when it came to that, but I just figured all I watched was my local news, and my local news would say things that was going on that was true. So when Donald Trump was saying fake news, I'm like, okay, yeah, I think he's just trying to use that as an excuse. But come to find out, the news is really evil. A lot of news outlets are really evil and deceitful in what they're doing. It's messed up. They are really doing. I think if you don't report the truth and factual, I think it should be illegal. I really do. It's so messed up. Can you imagine a doctor lying to you about something you got going on? You sitting up here with a big old, you know what I'm saying? You sitting up here with a big old cyst under your arm, and your doctor sitting there telling you, that's just the extra part of your body that your food is storing food. I mean, that your body is, it's just the extra part of your body that food is being stored in. That's all. That's it. Now, what can happen? That doctor can get something called, even me, being in medicine, people that are nurses, physician assistants, therapists, we have an obligation to report the truth and document on it. If we don't, we can suffer losing our job or something called a malpractice. How come news can't get like a mal news or something? I mean, especially if they lying, that's messed up. I mean, it is just so, I'm just being real with y'all. I've seen news channels take what somebody say and they just play a small clip and then they tell you what this person was saying. See what I'm saying? You can't sit there and say, if I sat here and said, you're all crazy because y'all think that I have yada yada peanut butter. Now, they don't play my whole clip. They only play the part when I said, y'all are all crazy. Oh my God, a YouTube guy and also a person that's out in the community big time, he called all people crazy. Now, I don't know what you think about this, but I don't think a man of such prominence should say such things to people that are his followers. Then you got another guy on there. Yeah, I mean, look at this guy. I mean, this guy has 140,000 followers, and you know he claims to be this minister. But who tells his followers that they're crazy? They don't want to play the whole clip of everything that I actually said. Have no idea that I was saying like y'all crazy in a nice, sarcastic, funny way because of a comment that y'all made. You know what I mean? They don't. That's why I'm like, oh my god, that's messed up. How they do this? It's like it's so messed up. And I never thought that such a guy like him would. I didn't think that he would do something like that. I mean, this guy has been having a channel for about 2 years. People have donated to him. I mean, Chris, what do you think? Yeah, I mean, what do you say, man? I mean, that's why we got to make sure that we let the people know that these people out there to hurt them. They're out there to harm them. You know, that's what they do. They harm them. This guy who calls himself modern Renaissance man. I mean, what kind of Renaissance man tells his followers that they're crazy? I mean, I didn't want to reach through that screen and choke them when they do that. Oh, look. Oh, wow. Look. Wow. Why do you want to resort to such violence? This guy up there, he preaches and teaches unity and harmony, and he talks about, not reverting to it. This guy, roll the clip again, Steve. He literally said that he wanted to reach through and choke me. That's what he said. I mean, is this the type of guy that you want to follow? I mean, come on, man. I mean, he wanted to reach through the thing and grab you by the thing and do the thingy to you, man. Come on, man.
MRM, you no longer have a YouTube channel. You're fired. You're fired. You're canceled.
I'm sorry. That's not gonna look. I told y'all that had me laughing. I can't help that. I do that at work. I'll do that to my wife or something like that. I'm like, hey, babe, can you give me that? She's like, what? That right there. She's like, what? I'm like, come on, man. You know the thing. I love doing that. I don't care who said it. I don't care if it's Joe Biden. I'm not making fun of Joe Biden. You can say that. I'm being sarcastic. I don't care if Trump said it. I don't care if Will Smith said it. I don't care if Denzel Washington said it. The way if they got on there and said the thing like that, I love it. I absolutely love that because I know it gives me a way to actually mess with my wife or something. I said, did you hear about what happened? She'd be like, no, what? I'm like, you didn't hear what happened. No, what? Come on, man. The thing. Oh, man. Anywho, let's see. Now they're trying to destroy the Constitution, saying the president is violating Ruth Bader Ginsburg last wish, like that's the law or something. Yeah, I read about that. Come on, man. Okay. That does not matter. That does not matter. I mean, they don't want to ask me questions like that. And I'm like, I don't care. I understand who the woman was and what she did in the Supreme Court. I read upon her. That is absolutely great. I think she's crazy with some of the stuff that she saying, especially when it comes to the abortion and all that. But I do not care if her last dying wish was for them to put her in a casket and put it in a hot air balloon and let it go outer space. That does not mean that you're going to be breaking law to do that. So what I'm saying is this: just because her last dying wish was to not replace her to after an election, I don't care. I know how great of a person that she was. Martin Luther King said he have a dream that you will be judged by the contents of your character and not by the color of your skin. Black Lives Matter. They killed that, didn't they? Huh? So did it look what his last dying wish was? But are they carrying that out? Is Martin Luther King's dream being carried out? No. His dream is being completely destroyed by the very people that he was trying to actually protect, which is black people. Yes, Black Lives Matter. Y'all are being the racists right now. Plain and simple. Black Lives Matter are being the racist. Black Lives Matter was started by the same very people that started another racist group called the Ku Klux Klan. Y'all started by the same exact party. Y'all being used the same exact way. Plain and simple. So anyway, just because that was her last dying wish doesn't mean that you have to somehow uproot the Constitution or change the Constitution just because it's lady's last dying wish. No, absolutely not. So I'm just saying, respect her for what she did, being a Supreme Court, a person of the Supreme Court. That is awesome. But She can sit there and say, my last dying wish is in my casket. I want my mouth open and I want y'all to put some ice cream in it. No. So no. That wish does not mean anything. That's all it is a wish. It's not a demand. It's not law. It's not constitutional. So therefore, no. Elect the next person to be put in there like you're supposed to do, plain and simple. Folks can get mad at me all you want to. You can get upset. You can do whatever you want. You can say whatever you want to say about me, but that does not mean anything. What if her last wish was to release all black men from prison? All of them right now, no matter what the crime is. My last wish is to release all black men from prison. Let's see if that happens. Well, she wanted it. I think she should do it. No, that's illegal. And we're not going to do that just because it's your wish. I don't even think that was her last wish anyway. I think they just made that bull crap up. I don't know. Look, I'm just telling y'all I'm telling y'all straight up real. Patients that I have and had that are dying from terminal cancer, the last thing they are thinking about is something like that. They're not thinking about their careers. They're not thinking about their money. They're not thinking about their account. They're not thinking about their homes. The number one thing these people want back is their health. That's what they want. So just because she was a Supreme Court judge, whatever like that, you see me telling me that lady was sitting there like, please, when I'm gone. And I'm not making fun. I'm just saying that's how stupid I want people to. I want this to feel and look stupid. When I please, with my last breath, don't put nobody in place of me till after the election. You telling me that's what she did? Stop lying. They just making that bull crap up. Quit lying. Stop lying. That is not what that lady did. I think that's the last thing that was on her line. I'm pretty sure that lady's last wish, she got her last wish, which is probably to be surrounded by all her family and all her loved ones, which is what everybody that I've ever treated that had terminal cancer wanted. They wanted to be surrounded by their loved ones and their families, no matter how prominent they were. President Bush Sr., he passed away, surrounded by family. Everybody that we hear about, that we hear that the celebrity or anything like that died. Chad Boswick just died. The Black Panther, surrounded by family. His last wish wasn't even, my last wish would be that, he wasn't like, my last wish is that before I die, that all the black people will be united and stop killing each other. That wasn't his last wish. Their last wish is what they got, which is being surrounded by family. It's the number one thing. You can look it up in books. It's been studied. I work around and stuff. People's last wish when they're dying like that is simply to be surrounded by family. You are not worried about what's going on. She wasn't even worried about no Donald Trump. I bet you she was not worried. How do you know you weren't there? I'm telling you, when people have a terminal illness, the last thing they are worried about is what's going on around the world in the country. They're worried about what their car note is or what my bill's going to be due. They're not worried about, who's going to drive me here? Who's going to take me? They're not worried about any of that. They want their life back for number one. If they can't get that, they want to be surrounded by loved ones. Plain and simple. Okay, let's see. MRM, what do you think heaven is like? Sir, I would have no idea. But the fact that Jesus said he went to go prepare a place for us, it has to be awesome. It has to be something that I don't think we can even imagine it. I really don't. I really don't think that you can even imagine. I can try to imagine it, but I don't think even how my brain tries to comprehend what heaven is like based off of what Hollywood or TV has shown me. I think it's going to be beyond that. I really do think it's going to be beyond any of that. But I do know this. Whatever goes on in heaven can be done in earth. I'm not talking about heaven is going to be earth. I'm talking about, that's why he said, as it is, on earth as it is in heaven. You know what I mean? So whatever is going on up there in heaven, he wants that same type of thing to be down here on earth, like his kingdom. You know what I mean? So I don't think, but there's no way. I don't think I can even, I couldn't comprehend or even imagine what that's going to be like. But I can tell you what, though, if God is perfect in what he do, it's going to be awesome. Just like if people don't understand this, hell is perfect too. So I seen George Carlin thing on that. George Carlin is funny. A lot of Christians, oh, he shouldn't talk like that about that. He shouldn't talk like that. He shouldn't. That man has his right to think and believe how he wants to believe. And just because he believes that way and talks that way, I'm not about to get mad at him. And I won't. Oh, Deadwood said, I have seen the elders on the other side in dreams when they said goodbye. They're in the time and place they were the happiest at their lives. So I hold that for me to be true. I've had patients that have died and came back and told me what they felt and things of that sort. And that right there is just like an awesome thing. I mean, one lady whose mom was decapitated in front of her face because they ran over a metal plate that wasn't fully over the hole. And when like if this is the metal plate that was over the hole, the car was going like this. And when they went, the metal plate went like this and came into the car windshield. It decapitated her mom and like fractured her skull. And she said that she died and she came back, but she just told me about she seen herself float above her car and all that. And she just said the fact that she just felt something that she would never feel again until she passed away. She said she felt like this just unconditional. She can't even explain, but she said she knew she felt like this most powerful love. That's the only way she said. It didn't say it was love, but she just knew that at that moment in that time, at that wherever she in that time that she was floating above, she knew what real unconditional love felt like for the first time. And this lady is awesome. I mean, she was one of my patients. All right, Mary Klotz, have a good one. James said, yeah, it's perfectly hot. Yeah, exactly. Buckwheat said, good evening, sir. I've been watching you for a while. Love your content. Keep it up. I'm proud of you. Appreciate that, Buckwheat. Arcola says, MRM, I love Christians. Cool. MRM, my mom died twice, but she never had a chance to tell me about it. I was there both deaths. Wow. That'd have been awesome for her to come back and say something to you about it, Wendy. My mother was in a deep sleep before dying of cancer. For 5 days, I slept in the room with her. God woke me up and I looked at her and watched her take a deep breath, and that was it. It was surreal and a gift. Wow. All right, Arcola, you take it easy too. Wendy says the Bible is clear that we remain on earth until Judgment Day. Judgment Day is a specific time when everyone will be judged. We will rise on that day. I don't know about that, Wendy. I don't know if I agree with that, sis, because if that's the case, when the thief on the cross died, Jesus told him, "This day you shall be with me in paradise." So I know the logic that you're using right now. I know where you get it from, though. But remaining on Earth, I don't know, because then that would give, to me, that would give not a clue, that would give some type of opening to people saying, "See, I told you there were ghosts." You know, so you go somewhere. Heaven necessarily, I don't know, but it says, I mean, yeah, I forget. I'm trying to have the thought that come in my mind where it talks about what actually happens when you die. It said, away from this earth and present with the Lord. But as far as the Judgment Day, that's a whole different ball game. That's something that I can get into on another subject regarding Judgment Day. I have native roots. I saw elders visit my bro during the past, and even dad came and asked what God would say they were death offering help. Wow, they would. Jesus, the thief, Moses, Elijah. Elijah was taken straight out. Enoch. See, there's more people already. MRM, have you ever watched the channel? Nope. I don't watch TV. Oh, the channel. Okay, I got you. Christ Forgiveness, Amazing Evangelist often gets attacked in the streets. Wow. No, I never watched that. Jenny Magazine, who has given me $1 million already, says no. Why do we exaggerate and cite most extreme quotes of opposing parties? How do we ever expect to progress? I'm a Dem from MA. I know both sides do. To be quite honest with you, Jimmy Magazine, I think what it is that when you go into a conversation, one thing that people don't really know how to do is this. They don't know how to go into a conversation with the mindset of, let me hear what this person is actually trying to show me. Most of us go into a conversation with, let me go into this conversation and try to show this person how I'm about to show them. You know what I mean? Because again, I am for truth and righteousness when it's regarding human beings, period. And if it's not coming down to being factual, I can't roll with that. If it comes down to being something where it's harming the human population, I can't be down with that. Now, what makes this thing so significant is because if a certain wrong has a strong support group behind it, the thing that's being done wrong will appear that it's actually morally okay, when in God's eyes, it's still all wrong. But because the society and the world system has gotten people thinking that the thing that is considered wrong or an abomination or sin in God's eye, the world system got folks thinking that it's okay because it's morally okay. Yeah, with people, it may be morally okay, but God still sees it the same. So that's what I'm saying. And what I don't do, I don't hate nobody because of that. I just know that there's a lot of people that are probably misguided, because if you have a positive feedback loop of doing something wrong, then to you, it is not going to feel wrong. But the question is it indeed wrong? And thank you for the super chat there, sis. And see that you said you are a Dem, you're a Democrat. And so you're not going to hate you for that. I'm not going to sit there and, oh my God, you're stupid. We don't do that here. I don't do that. You have a right to choose in whichever side you want to, sis. Whatever you feel is the best for you and your family and you have a right to do that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so with that being said, folks, what I'm getting ready to do, I'm getting ready to take a pause here so I can go ahead and start uploading reaction videos tonight. And with that being said, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I appreciate all of you that are in here. I hope that you guys will give this video a thumbs up while you're in here, all 83 of you. And also, what I would like, if you guys are able to share the video once the video is all done, make sure you leave a comment, whatever you think of this whole conversation. Leave your opinion. Again, for the ones that gave the super chat, Ms. Magazine, I really, really appreciate that. I'm gonna talk to you though, because I'd rather have you send it to my PayPal than anything. Like I'd rather have you give me 99 cents in the super chat and then send me $4 in PayPal. So anyway, also, like I said, guys, by giving this a thumbs up and actually sharing the video on y'all platforms, be it Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is, be much appreciated, because I know that these talks that we have in here, we say things like, man, you need to be more out there, da 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 la la la. But it's up to you guys. You say, man, a lot of people need to hear this message, but a lot of times y'all forget to actually share this message. If you have 100 people that you follow or 100 people that you are on Facebook with, you have opportunity to send this to all of them. I'm not just talking about post it on your Facebook. I'm talking about take some time out to send it to 10 people through message or something like that. That would be extremely helpful. And like I said, leave a comment once the video is done processing, and I appreciate it. With that being said, I'm getting ready to go and do some reaction videos, and I'm going to post them tonight. And I will see you guys over there. So I'm thinking that maybe 7 o'clock is when I'm going to start posting the reaction videos, and we'll get into it from there. All right. With that being said, folks, y'all know how I end this. I hope and pray every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.